Hello and welcome to the show. My name is John and I got to say an apology, and that's because I've not uploaded for close to 3 months now. That's because I've been on and off with school and things like that, which really got me to not be able to record for quite a while. But hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well and you're watching this video, I'm back on track and this is a good thing. And one thing also to get out of the way, right now it is 9:30 and it is 23rd of July. And if it looks like I'm sweating, that's because it's the middle of the summer, I'm in Greece, the AC sitting right beside me is turned off because it would be awfully loud on the video, and it's really hot in here in my office. So if it looks like I'm sweating, that's because I am, and I'm sorry about that. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on track with videos with today's topic, which is favorite tech equipment. Now, I am a tech head, and that's with no doubt, and therefore today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite pieces of tech. And I'm going to start with something that you're actually kind of using right now, and it's this very camera. This is the Sony A7 Mark II. Indeed, I was a bit annoyed when I realized that as soon as I bought this camera, the A7 Mark III came out, but for its price, $1,000, this camera is incredible. It can do many things that other cameras that cost much more are capable of doing. Say, for example, has a full frame sensor, as I previously said. It can record, well, 1080p, but still really good 1080p in S-Log or not, as well as in a very good XAVC codec, and generally things that I just enjoy using. On top of that, it actually shares the same form factor, body and functions as some of the more flagship Sony Alpha 7 camera from the series, say for example the A7R Mark II and as well as the Sony A7S Mark II. Overall, I have nothing bad to say about this camera, and therefore it's one of my favorite pieces of tech. Moving on along with this camera, because a camera with no lens is nothing, I've got the Sony 28-70mm lens. Now this is an optical steady shot lens, meaning it has optical stabilization right on it, which is good for when taking handheld video as well as low light pictures. And on top of that, it's a crisp and overall very nice and well performing lens. Some runner-up lenses that I use if I'm not using this one, it's either the 28mm f2.0, the lens I'm using right now and I'm also using for some of my b-roll, and also the 24-240mm lens, which is another gorgeous lens from Sony because it's a super zoom, meaning that it can get a lot of focal length in a small form factor. Sure enough, it's a bit heavy, but it can get the job done very well, and especially for its size, you know, you can just carry one lens and have probably 2 or 3 lenses on this package, which is something that I'm definitely going for, especially when traveling. Next item on the list is something that you can see right there behind me, and this is my monitor. This is a Dell 34-inch ultra-wide monitor that it's a 1440p one. Now I really like this, and for that reason alone I'm not willing to switch to 4K, because for its price this thing is incredible. It's curved, it's ultra-wide, it can get a lot of things done. For a video editor like me, it's incredibly useful because you can fit a shit ton of things in there, and overall I really like this monitor and how it looks and how it performs. Next item on the list is the iPad Pro 10.5 inch. As I said on my review, if you had asked me my opinion on tablets and iPads, I would have said that tablets are dead, but that was until I bought this thing. Now this thing has been my go-to laptop-ish replacement for a full-blown laptop, especially for school, because I keep using it for note-taking, scribbling, writing. You know, if you pair it with the Apple Pencil or things like that, its design, form factor, battery life, heftiness, everything just, you know, adds up to a great school device. The next guy on the list is something that you probably say that it's boring, and well, it is, but it's useful too, so hang on that. It's a Samsung T3 SSD. It's a really small USB Type-C, USB Gen 3.1 SSD, which is just really fast and really handy because it can fit a lot of data, you can access it quickly, and I especially like using it when I'm having some projects on the go, when I want to keep all of my files stored in one place, not clutter up my computer's hard drive if I'm working, say for example, on a project with some other people, like a team project. Also, being an SSD, it's actually really nice in terms of being a rugged drive, because if you drop it accidentally, sure enough the aluminum body might like shatter or make some scuffs, but the data will be safe inside. And next up, we've got some more Apple goodies, the AirPods. Now this is one of my favorite pieces of tech, but not for listening to music. They're my go-to earbuds every time I want to have a phone call, every time I want to just see a video on YouTube and, use some headphones. This is exactly what I use because of the simplicity of connecting to them, and also the fact that I don't have to care about battery life because they're more than often charged, considering I just plug in the case every time I see a red light on it. It's just that simplicity that really makes me like it and be tied to it, but not for music, as I said. If I want to have some music, then the next item on the list comes in, which is the Porsche Design and KEF Motion 1 earbuds. I've got a review coming up really soon, so you want to stay tuned for that, but this is an incredible machine, let's say, an incredible piece of equipment, especially for audiophiles like myself, because you can have really good sound quality in a really good form factor, stylish from Porsche Design, and really good quality, as I said, from a company like KEF. Last but not the least, we have the iPhone 10. Now, this is gonna get a lot of hate, and I know that, but I have to mention it. It's the device that keeps me online and connected with the rest of the world for the entirety of the day. Battery life is really good, Face ID works just as expected, and overall the iOS experience, in conjunction with my other devices like my iPad as well as my MacBook Pro, really helps to make my continuity, as Apple calls it, really nice and productive, because I can start something on the road and continue it once I get home on my iPad or on my MacBook. By the way, guys, that's what I'm gonna do for me in this video. These are the items on my list, and these are my most used and favorite pieces of tech right now. This is something that might change in the future, and I might be doing a follow-up video, but I want you to let me know if you feel like this is something you would want to watch by clicking the like button. By the way, guys, my name has been John. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and you feel like doing so, and I'm gonna see you again in the next video. Goodbye.